going. We will. Yes, we will. What's up, guys? It's the Alex Investor Mindset here on another beautiful Saturday evening. And today I wanted to go over 3 things I wish I would have told myself as a teenager to set myself up for success as a 25-year-old. So let's get right to it. The first one is habits. So we know about the good habits, which is working out, eating right, and sleeping right. Those are the 3 main habits that I can think of right now. And then the other 3 ones that are the bad ones are drinking too much, and then eating bad food like junk food, and then also doing drugs. So those are the 3 things that are typically known as bad that I can think of. So let's get right to it. Habits. On average, they say it takes about 21 days to build a habit, right? It may take more, it may take a little less, depending on the type of person that you are. For me, I think it takes about maybe a week or 2 to build a habit. Just recently, I started reading back a lot more, but I wasn't a natural born reader. So something that I would tell myself as a younger self is, to just consistently, day by day, take every single day and just read a little bit more. The second thing that I would go back and tell myself as a young teenager would be to fuck the stigma. I moved out at around 17 years old. I got a roommate, and I started paying rent. Thankfully, I wasn't paying too much rent, but I was working a lot at around 17. And so the second thing would be fuck the stigma. Live with your parents as long as you can. Save as much money as possible. If possible, save 50% of your income and invest it and or save it for a house or for an investment. Any asset really that can make you money in the long run, including the 401k, right, with your company or a Roth IRA. That would be the second thing. I think there's a really big stigma with people moving out of their parents' house because they believe that that's the only way that they'll feel successful. But in reality, if you really want to be successful, you would stay with your family and or at least find friends where you don't have to pay so much and work together as a team. As the saying goes, teamwork makes the dream work. And that really is a lesson that I learned not too long ago when I finally moved in back with my parents. Because they needed help, and then in return I didn't realize it, but I helped myself by saving money and also helping them, and eventually just helping each other to be successful. So that's really it. The second thing that I would come back to my fucking younger self, right, excuse the language, would be to fuck the stigma that you don't need to move out of your parents' house to be successful, that you can work together to make the dream work. That's really also, it would be to save all the money that I possibly could. As a teenager, I did start working at a very young age, so that would be the second thing, aside from being a constant reader every single day. It would be to save the most money that I could possibly can, so that way when I turn 18, I won't have to deal with the car payment. In addition to that, I wanted to talk about living below your means, something that Dave Ramsey talks a lot about how the America in general, they try to keep up with their neighbors, keeping up with the Joneses by getting a new car or a newer car than the neighbor, or going on lavish vacations. That's one thing that I would go back and tell myself, is to stop living above your means and live below your means, by, again, saving 50% of your income as a teenager, because you probably don't have a lot of responsibilities, and invest the rest, right? If you're saving that 50% and the other 50%, spend on whatever you want. That's the thing that I really want to add, which was living below your means is very important as a teenager and also as an adult. Currently, right now, I'm definitely not saving 50%, but I'm saving as much as possible and investing as much as possible. All right, so now the third thing, right? So we got habits and we got living below your means out of the way. Habits are very important. Build good habits every single day. Just a little goes a long way in the long run. So make sure you do that. Also, living below your means is very important, like I said. So now let's go on to the third one, which is patience and taking action. Knowing the difference of when to be patient, and when to take action. That's something that I wish I would have gone back when I was 18, before quitting Starbucks. Quick little story. When I quit Starbucks to start my business as a door-to-door salesman, and I went out and I took loans. I even went out and got a credit card from Best Buy. I didn't really have money because I quit the job to start this business, door-to-door, right? And so I went to Best Buy, I got this credit card, and since I didn't have money, I went ahead and bought like a Mac. It was like around $1,000 something, and at the time as an 18-year-old, that was a lot of money. So I went ahead and bought this Mac, and I sold it to one of my workers, and I got around $700. I didn't care if I got all the money. I just know that I need money for rent, and I know I need money for product, and pretty much for anything else that I was needing at the time, like anything business related, and just to pay my rent. And so that's something that I did because I was impatient. I knew I wanted to take action, but I didn't know the difference of when to be patient and when to take action. And as a young person, you need to just be really open-minded to a lot of things. I knew I was stubborn. That's one thing that's probably a weakness of mine, is stubbornness. But slowly being open-minded as a teenager, listening to your parents, listening to people around you that you look up to, and just really thinking about things, being patient, and then action. When you know when it's ready to take action is when you have everything calculated. Once you learn how to calculate everything, and you have a plan on how you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and you ask people around you, you ask your mentors, you ask your family, you ask your friends, and you ask anybody. Once you ask everybody and you have that plan, you show them, and they tell you you're good to go. Make sure you get at least 3 people, their insight, and then go from there and take action. That's something that I would do differently, because obviously I quit the Starbucks, and I freaking a lot of things that I don't regret doing like that, because I've learned from them. But I still would have, if I could go back, that's what I would tell myself to learn. So knowing the difference between patience and action. And that pretty much sums up the 3 things that I wish I would have done differently. All right, so now that I've summed up the 3 things that I would have told myself and done differently as a teenager, let's go over the method that I've created over the past couple years that's helped me a lot with my investments and just saving, and all around just being able to not make mistakes. And so that way you set yourself up for success, which is the SIR method, which stands for saving, investing, and reinvesting. And that's pretty much what it is. Which is to save your money, as much money as possible right now, which means if you have to live below your means, move back with your parents, move with roommates, save as much as possible so that you can truly set yourself for success, and that you can buy a home that you can eventually rent out, so that you can continue to build your net worth, and to eventually, if you really want to, buy more houses and just really live off of cash flow, and even possibly retire. There's so many things that you could do with that, that I will continue to make videos on. But really the main thing is to save and to live below your means, save as much as possible. And then the next one, which is investing, whatever it is that you're making right now, go and continue to learn, and just continue to invest, not only financially but mentally, which goes back with the habits, right? Which is investing in your health, investing in your whatever it is that you think that you want to do and that's good for you. I encourage you to invest, not only financially, because that's really the least of things, but really to invest in yourself first, and then to go from there. And then once you earn some profits, once you see some results, which is the last one, is reinvesting. So once you start seeing results, you go back and you save and you invest and then reinvest. It's this cycle, it's this method that's helped me, that can help you, and I encourage you guys to use. There you have it. That's the video. Those are the 3 things: habits, living below your means, F the stigma, move back with your parents if you have to, and knowing the difference between patience and when to take action. Those are the 3 things that would have really helped me, so that when I reached this age, would have propelled me to so much more. real thing that I wanted to go over is a coffee venture that I'm going through. I'm very passionate about coffee, not only finance, and something that I recently started doing, which is called the Bean of Life. It's a coffee company that delivers premium, freshly roasted coffee to your door. So if you want to go to the link, I'll leave one down. It would help a lot. I'm gonna be doing a lot more content with coffee and finance related things. So if you love coffee, I encourage you to get one or two, because you do get free shipping if you get two or more. Anyways, that concludes today's video. Please comment, share this video if you'd like, so that way it can reach out to more people and individuals out there who are younger, who very much need this advice, whatever it is. I would encourage you to share it. Please comment, subscribe, and like, and give me any kind of feedback. I'll leave my Instagram in the description. But like I said, that concludes. Thank you for coming back. Peace out, guys.